Brother Ali, if you can tell us how homosexuality, a man in love with a man, a woman in love with a woman, how is this accepted with regards to the human nature? And if you could define what really manhood is.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. SubhanAllah. When we look at human nature in general, the blessing that we have as Muslims is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created us and He knows us better than we know ourselves.
That's true.
And so therefore He sent a guidance to guide mankind. And you'll find that without guidance, mankind will do almost anything. They'll be worse than animals.
Yes.
So mankind is the one creature that needs guidance from the Creator. You will not find under natural circumstances a dog having physical relations with another dog of the same sex. You see, so even animals know better than to do this. So the man who was given the mind that's supposed to be superior to animals has actually fallen below the animal in behavior.
Yes.
And in fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us know this. Let us know that this is what would happen. When Allah said, A'udhu billahi min shaitan rajim, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَالطُّورِ سِينِينَ وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ فِي أَسْفَلِ السَّافِلِينَ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. So when we look at this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it perfectly clear that He created mankind in the best of modes, but then He reduces them to be the lowest of the low. That is what will happen, except who? Who are the exception? The ones who believe and do righteous deeds. You see? So that is bound to happen with a man. If he does not submit to the laws of the Creator, obey the Creator, he is bound to be lower than the animal. You see? So in order to avoid becoming lower than the animal, you have to have the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now we know when it comes to the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can't even follow the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if you don't have taqwa. Allah said in the beginning in Surah Al-Baqarah, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابَ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. So it's guidance for those who have taqwa. So without taqwa, you will not be guided by the guidance of the Creator because you'll follow your desires.
Yes.
And what have we known about desires? Desires cannot be fulfilled. You know, every time when you look at a drug user, he'll take a drug, right? And at first he'll feel this high that he's looking for. But then after a while, it's not enough. He has to take more. And he has to take more, and he has to take more. And then eventually you have the people who overdose. And if he wants to get the same type of high that he had before, he'll have to go cold turkey and stop taking it to get clean and take it again from the beginning. So desires cannot be fulfilled. They have to be checked. And that's what we mean when we talk about at-taqwa. At-taqwa checks your desires. You know, it's not for us to fulfill our desires to have 100 women or to have whatever. No, there's a check.
Yes.
And there's a responsibility, but without taqwa, there's no check. What happens is, just like with drugs, a person will start out, a man wanting a woman. But then that one woman isn't enough. Then he needs 2 and 3 and 4, and he has 100 girlfriends. Then he's not satisfied with that. So what happens after that? He wants to try another man, or a woman wants to try another woman, because they're chasing the fulfillment of desires. That's their goal. That's their objective. And then after it's not enough with another woman, you'll find them trying to have physical relations, sex with an animal, bestiality. Because there's no check. You cannot fulfill desire. You see? So that's where you find people going from same sex, from opposite sex to same sex to animal. You see? So desires cannot be fulfilled. In fact, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the best example for us and is our teacher and is an example for the world, what did he say about desires? He said that if you give man a valley of gold, right, a mountain of gold, a valley of gold, he will want another one. And you give him another one and he'll want another one. So see, this is the nature of the desire of man. It cannot be fulfilled except when he's dead and the dirt is put on his grave.
Yes.
That's the only thing that will cap his desires, except if he has taqwa. You see? And taqwa, we know from the Sahaba, the Ashab of Rasul, they were asking each other, and look at the weight of this word taqwa. Many people read Quran and we say it says fear of Allah, and we see it says this and that. That's why we have to learn the Arabic. A taqwa is so heavy that one Sahaba had to ask another Sahaba, Ka'b, Umar asked Ka'b, what is taqwa? And he said, what would you do if you walked in a forest, a thorny forest? What would you do? He said, I would tuck up my garment and walk very carefully so as not to get stuck or harmed. He said, this type of behavior, that is taqwa. And when Ali radiallahu anhu was asked about taqwa, he said, it's khawf min al-jalil, rida bil-qalil, istidad bi-yawm rahil wa amal bil-tanzil. He said that it's fearing obedience of the Creator. It's being satisfied with little. It's obeying that which was sent down, the Quran, right? And it's being ready for the day of judgment. If you had all of this, you would have fear, you would not trespass the bounds of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in chase and pursuit of desire. We as believers, we want our desires to be fulfilled where? In paradise. Our goal is paradise. Paradise, you have everything that you desire, right? Your desires will be fulfilled in full in paradise, but they cannot be fulfilled in full in the world. It's not possible.
So this is the whole idea why this person goes away from his nature.
Exactly, because in his pursuit for the fulfillment of his desires,
which can never be fulfilled.
Exactly. If the people had Islam, if they knew, that's Islam comes to protect them from themselves. Allah protects us from ourselves.
Yes, subhanAllah. Yeah. SubhanAllah. SubhanAllah, never really thought about it like this, Brother Ali. And mashallah, you did exactly what we wanted from the program, mashallah. Brother Ahmed, that's very interesting what Brother Ali said. That's amazing what he just said. I mean, subhanAllah.